Hey guys, my name is the Diamond Fox, and today I'm doing a video that I didn't think I'd be doing, because, you know, I just am maining heavy, which is kind of stupid because then shouldn't I be sharing? Anyway, I have played over 200 hours on heavy, and I think that makes me able to share a bit of what I know with you guys, a bit of a tips and tricks tutorial. I'll be doing other classes too, but like more often, I mean, and other things that aren't classes, just how to get better. But anyway, let's skip that and start. So anyway, the heavy is the class with the most health in the game, and in my opinion, the most firepower if used correctly. I see a lot of people that play heavy charging into to battles that they can't win. Yes, heavy has a minigun and the most health, but that does not make him a tank, like most people would say. It cannot save you from running into a place with a lot of enemies and killing them all if you don't know how to do it. Anyway, the way I play heavy and the way I learned to play heavy, and in my opinion the best way, is to use heavy as defense. Heavy is a defensive class and you should use heavy in this way. If you don't use him in this way, well then you're gonna get fucked over. Alright, well anyway, sorry I had to pause right there for a second so audio might be stupid. But anyway, like I was saying, heavy should be used as a defensive class. What I mean by this is, when you play heavy, you should, in capture the flag, which is going to be our first example, you should stick near and around the intelligence. This does not mean, however, that you should sit in the intel room. It's the complete opposite. Just try to stay in your base, or right outside your base to make sure the enemy doesn't come in. This also means that you can still move around. I see a lot of heavies when I'm playing just sit in one spot and not do anything but look out in the distance trying to find an enemy to kill. This is not what you want to do. You can move around to different areas where the enemy can come in and try to kill them there. Or if the enemies do get by and they try to take the intelligence, you can always go and try to stop them there. That's one of my favorite tactics to play. Anyway, when you're playing a game mode where you're not, it's not capture the flag, meaning there's not one set place you have to be, you can move around. But I recommend doing it cautiously, because as much as the health as heavy has, he can take a lot of hits. And when he does, he will die easily, as much as people would make you think. So try not to move around a lot, and always spin your minigun, or Tomislav, which doesn't spin, but I digress. Anyway, if you're doing this, it gives you like a 2-second time difference when you could be spinning or not. So you need to get the jump on your opponent. Without that, if you're already spinning, then you can just start firing instead of having to spin up the minigun at first. So moving slowly and cautiously is always the way you want to be. Now, since heavy is basically Medic's favorite class to play with, I'm going to put a bit of Medic in here. When you're being heavy, don't let medics pocket you. I've talked about this in other videos, but if a medic is pocketing you, that limits him to not heal anyone else on the team. I'll give an example of this. Yesterday, I was playing on TF2 turbine as heavy, and 3 medics were pocketing me. And I told them not to pocket me, and they were like, oh, it's a better tactic to pocket you. And then they still did it, and they all got killed because I was just defensive and, you know, kind of just working my way around. I was trying to go for the intel, and I'd get attacked. That was a good round, actually. I don't think I died. But, yeah. Don't let medics pocket you as much as you want to. They're not gonna help more. If the chance you're gonna win if you're being pocketed by medics to if you're not and they're healing everyone is a huge difference. It makes a difference if your whole team is healed instead of you. Now, how I think you should play heavy, or my opinions on what weapons you should have, or loadout. My loadout is Australian Tomislav, because I just love the Tomislav. It's a really nice gun. Do I recommend it for beginning heavies? No, I recommend the default minigun. It's by far the best minigun in the game. My secondary is Strange Festive Sandwich, that I use because having the ability to heal mid-battle is really, really good for a defensive strategy. But I see a lot of heavies just stand out in the open and heal. You might want to go behind a bit of cover and do it. It does take a few seconds, and if an enemy does see you, you will die. They can easily just kill you because you can't do anything. You will be healing in that time, but it's not enough to get by. So having the ability to heal without a medic is huge. Also, with the sandwich, heal other people. The sandwich is a portable medic kit, or health pack. You just need to right click and drop it on the ground, give it to teammates that need healing, and maybe they'll survive longer and even win the game for you. Anyway, my melee option, I use my Strange Festive Punch, which is called Let Me Stimulate Your Vegetables. Thank you, kitty. It's not something I'd recommend to people who are trying to learn heavy, only because the festive holiday punch, I keep calling it the festive punch, the holiday punch, it's basically just a mess around weapon. Anyway, I'm gonna just say what it does here. If you punch someone in the back, they'll laugh, the laughing animation, and then you can, I guess, taunt kill them if you want, but the chances you're gonna sneak up on someone and hit them in the back, especially in a full server, and not get seen, is not likely. Anyway, the big downside of the holiday punch is you cannot get critical hits. The critical hits for the holiday punch will just make your enemy laugh. So, unless you want to make your enemy laugh and they'll still be alive, use the gloves running urgently or the default fist. On my default fist, Strange, I have over 1,000 kills on them, which isn't that impressive, but just showing that a default weapon, or a stock weapon even, they can be good. Team Fortress 2 is not like any other first-person shooters in which the default weapons are horrible and then you unlock better weapons. The default weapons are usually the best weapons in the game. So I recommend using them, and you'll find that you can do a lot better with default weapons than the regular weapons. So, anyway, the guns I recommend for starting out heavy is default minigun for primary, secondary sandwich, and melee. I recommend either the default fist and the gloves running urgently. Gloves of running urgently make you run faster, which is extremely valuable if you're just going to heavy and, you know, you can't walk fast, you'll find. So, those are pretty much all my thoughts on how to play heavy well at the beginning. Play defensive instead of offensively. Use the sandwich. You can use the shotgun too, but I recommend the sandwich. And don't let medics pocket you. Always spin up your gun and try not to die. Give your sandwich to people who need it. Thanks, my name is the Diamond Fox, and I'll see you all later.